Hi there, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing really well. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to February 2025. This is a general reading for you. So, we are going to be covering your oracle energy, which is going to kind of foreshadow the energies presented here. We've got family, community, your health, finance, career, and then also relationships, which can just be relationships, connections. It does not have to be just romantic, it can be platonic, however, and also what you don't see coming. So, to start this reading out, Cancer, your oracle energy is round and round. This talks about situations in our life that are cyclical in nature, but also where we're not learning the lesson, where we somehow are avoiding lessons being learned by just kind of doing what we've done before and maintaining that. And it's asking for a difference in perspective. It's asking for change to happen. It's asking for you to be mindful about opening yourself up and becoming available to challenge, okay, the challenges of these cyclical experiences that you're having in your life. You know, and so that could be with people, that could be with how you treat yourself, that can be a myriad of ways how it shows up. But it's saying challenge yourself to break out of these cycles because they are impeding your life. You know, it's now time for a difference in perspective. How are you seeing things? How are you actively changing that? Okay, so yeah. um, with your family, community, you have the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords is a pretty yucky card. The Seven of Swords talks about lies. It talks about people who are deceptive. It talks about, avoiding confrontation. It's a very avoidant card. It can talk about situations that people or you create in your life that are problematic, but we're avoidant to changing it or avoidant to seeing our error. Everybody else's fault but mine, but somehow you're the common denominator, right? This could be with family, though, family, community. So the people that are in your life where it's like, I've gone round and round with you before, we've done this so many times, nothing is changing. Maybe this energy is talking about how people in your life, like maybe they live in an illusion, but that illusion is problematic for the people that they integrate with and encounter. And somehow they're not doing any work to change themselves or change their direction or how they show up. So it's your job, Cancer, to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm tired of dealing with this cyclical problem with you. I see how this could be changed, but somehow you are completely blind to it and inactive in that change. I choose to step away from you because there's no change with you. This is growing tired. I'm growing tired of this action. The way that this is acting out, I'm tired of it. So, to preserve your energy, Cancer, here, this round and round cyclical energy, if somebody in your life is just not seeing it, if they're not showing up to the plate, if they're not willing to change their behavior, Seven of Swords, cut them loose. Cut them loose. You have other things to do in your life. You have other directions. You have other goals in your life that need your attention. So just be mindful of that and cut them loose. You can't change people and you can't hold on to them in hopes that they will change. Okay? People will change when they're ready. And should they never change, then maybe they weren't supposed to be in your life to begin with. So sometimes that's hard for us with family, but sometimes we have to preserve ourselves so that we don't go crazy because you can't change people. Your health energy, you have the Eight of Crystals. This is the Eight of Swords, okay? So the Eight of Swords is actually a really positive energy here when it comes to health, and swords indicate mental. It's the mental energy. It's our thought and how our inner world dictates our experience. What we see, what we think and perceive can have actual outcomes in our life, in our physical health, our mental health. It's a big mental health card here. The Eight of Swords in reverse is saying, okay, I see the truth in this. I see the truth in how I am. I see where I'm holding myself back. I'm seeing how maybe me restricting myself and continuing to do these situations over and over and over again, I can see how that maybe has caused issues with my mental health. Maybe I'm not actually treating myself very well. And now I have the decision to be honest and look at something in a holistic way to make a difference, to make a change. So if you are caught up in cycles in your life where maybe you have been engaging types of behavior that go against growth and your mental health, they keep you stuck in a position that does not allow you to expand. A lot of survivors of trauma, a lot of survivors of complex trauma, CPTSD, however you want to say it, they can get just overwhelmed in life where it's almost too scary to get out of the box that they have existed in. And so they continue traumatic experiences. They continue because that's what they know, you know? A beaten dog will love its master. Even though that dog gets beaten every day, there's some aspect of them that is still loyal to that master. That master, in what I'm saying, can be any type of behavior that you will have become so accustomed to that it's become ingrained in your life and you are having difficulty letting go of. But it's affecting your life outcome. It's affecting your mental health. Sometimes we need to have a I don't want to say Jesus, but come to Jesus moment in our lives where we can really look at what's happening and say, oh my God, I've been the one contributing to my demise. I've been the one that's been keeping me in the dark. I've been the one that has been, ignoring my needs. How do I change that? You have to look at it. You have to see alternatives and see yourself in those alternatives. See the opportunities that others are experiencing their lives in. It may feel foreign, but it doesn't have to be foreign. You have to integrate into that. So if you have these cyclical experiences in your life, Cancer, that are affecting your mental health, that are affecting how you feel and how you see yourself, it's time to address them. It's time to throw off those shackles, because that's what they are. They restrict you from being the better you. They restrict you from seeing who you are and the beautiful energy and power that you have in your life. This is clarity. When there's been dysfunction, it's clarity. And it says, I allow myself to feel vulnerable because that allows me to be available to change. I can transcend this illusion that I am defective, that I am such and such and such. It allows you to see the situation for the truth of things. And if you've been holding on to a lifetime of programming that has affected your mental health, it's time to, I'm seeing an Etch-a-Sketch from the 80s or 70s, I don't know. It was a little board that you would draw on, and then you could shake it, and it would change, and then you could redraw whatever you want to draw on that. So it's kind of like shaking that sand out and creating a new palette for you to paint on, right? For you to create. So mental health needs to change, especially when we find ourselves in patterns that go against ourselves, okay? In your financial energy here, Cancer, you have the Knight. This is the Child of Wands in reverse. It's the Knight of Wands in reverse. In a financial or career sense, this could be you really interested in trying to engage in something that you think is going to improve your life wildly, and it could, but you have to stick with it for it to actually take effect. Here, this is showing a lot of interest in something, being all gung-ho about it, and then suddenly retracting ourselves. That can also be seen as this round and round. You get to kind of a good spot, and then you revert, or people revert. It's not allowing things to mature. In reverse, the Knight of Wands can also be somebody who goes rogue. Somebody who you're I'm just sick of being in the mundane aspect of careers or whatever I'm doing. I'm going to do it on my own. And that gives you a certain sense of personal empowerment, which I think is really helpful for branching out in endeavors that are going to support you as an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to take risks. Okay, so sometimes the Knight of Wands doesn't have to be a horrible thing, but it really does ask you to, if you are enthralled with something, if you're interested in something, if you want to engage in something, it's begging you to actually go through it, not just engage it a little bit and then step away. It's saying dedicate yourself, right? Um, that energy is very clear. Some of you also may be dealing with a Knight of Wands in your career and your financial world, work world, where maybe somebody's very cavalier, or maybe somebody, you can see them being reckless or kind of just not really caring about what they're doing. And that could also be affecting you, right? That could, Seven of Swords here as well, like somebody's actions are very selfish, could also affect you. And so here it's asking for you to be very clear about how you see a situation. Speak up, speak up. With your relationship and your connections here, whether they're romantic or platonic, I'm going to read this for singles and couples as well. The Nine of Cups is actually a really beautiful energy. It talks about satisfaction. It talks about emotional satisfaction, Also, too, if you don't have certain things in your life that you want, this card is huge for visualization, especially if you are challenging yourself to change the status quo that has already been in your life, okay? It's saying, envision what you want. Your thoughts carry a lot of weight. Whether they're positive or negative, explore with your thoughts, explore with your vision, explore with how you want to see your life, so it's an access card to manifestation. For singles, this can also talk about where maybe you're meeting a partner or a potential partner through a friend or through your community. That person they may be in good standing with the people in your friendships or your communities, so it's like they've been vetted. It's kind of like a blind date, but with somebody that's already been vetted for you. Oh, such and such might be wonderful with you, and then your friend sets you up. That's a potential for those of you who are single. I also want to say, for those of you who are single, this is a very powerful energy because it's what you feel. When you enter into wanting or desiring to connect with people, how you feel really colors how you experience what comes into your life, especially if you deal with situations where maybe you come across folks that are like, oh, that's a dud, that's problematic, that's an issue, and it's been cyclical. If you can understand that we don't have to go back to this energy, we don't have to think that, oh, everybody's like this, it frees you from those mental and emotional chains and allows you to get a different perspective. It allows you to get a fresh breath in. And so you don't have to be complacent in situations. You don't have to just go along with situations that you can already see being problematic. You can say, no, I'm pulling my energy back because I know there are better things. There are things in my life or out there that may not be in my life right now, but I know that there are better things in my life for me, and I'm claiming them. Dear universe, dear guides, dear God, dear experience of universal light that is abundantly available to all of us, I call you in. I ask on my behalf. I ask on the behalf of the person I connect with for growth, for expansion, for healing, for availability and abundance. I align with people who are in my best, who are for my best, right? And I give my best out because that is my true intention. And when you claim that, when you create that, when you speak that out, Cancer, you resonate with it, right? It's not begging the universe. You just know, fact, that those things exist and you can have them, even if you haven't had them. The Seven of Crystals, the Seven of Swords, and the Round and Round. If we have a mentality of, oh, nothing changes, everybody's horrible, oh my God, another liar, another whatever, everybody's trash, you will continue this cycle over and over where you bear to repeat the experience because that is your view. Here, it's saying, enjoy the experience that you have now, but also realize that it's expansive. It can lead to so much. So if you're going out and trying to date, have that energy. Trust that good things are coming, because you know they exist. They're not just for certain people, they're for everybody, and you are more than welcome to experience them. See yourself being available to them, though. See them as something that you are available to because you deserve it, because it's real, because not everybody is a horrible person, right? For those of you who are in existing relationships, in long term relationships, husbands, wives, whatever, however you want to look at that, very beautiful. This can talk about satisfaction again. This can talk about partnerships that are, you are at peace with your partner, right? It's a card of relationship health that is positive. This can also talk about, like, go out, like you see wine, you see little, I don't even know what this is, I'm going to say they're grapes or whatever, but like it's abundant. And I heard somebody say once recently, actually, when grapes show up way, 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 way back, only the rich and wealthy could afford grapes. And so the grapes, the symbolism behind that is abundance. But here it's like we have that. We have this abundant nature within our relationship. So it talks about connections where we feel abundant with that person. We feel that we can grow with this person. We feel at ease with this person. So it's saying be mindful, of how you engage your partner. And also, if you're dealing with situations where you and your partnership, like maybe you've grown complacent in your situation, shake it up, because it's a disservice to yourself here. Seven of Swords. It's a disservice to yourself if you don't speak up for your needs and what you require in your life. A lot of people don't think about, what do I require? What do I require in my life? What do I require from my partner, right? Here it's saying, speak up. You have the ability to change a lot through your actions and through your voice, especially if your partnerships are not, if your partner, is not living up to it or needing to shift something. It's saying, I have enough security in this connection where I can actually voice my opinions and go after what's emotionally supportive for me. So if you're in a partnership, this very positive energy, again, go out, treat yourself nicely, treat your partner nicely, go do some nice things with each other, embrace each other, and connect on a deeper level, because it's what partnerships are for. Connection, deepening that connection. What you don't see here, Cancer, you have the King of Pentacles here. So very positive. This could also be somebody in your life maybe that is assisting you financially. This could be somebody that has a lot of information they want to share with you. This could be a father figure, a masculine energy that is coming in your life. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This could also be somebody who owns their own business. Either way, they are very responsible. They're very trustworthy in their approach in life. Maybe a little bit stubborn, but sometimes that's beneficial, because sometimes when we don't budge on things, we actually get our way. Not to say that you need to be like problematic, but like when we have a very, clear direction in our life and we don't let other things like, get in our way and divert our energy, we can hold that focus and create more. We magnify what that focus is upon, and so it grows and grows and grows. This is a self-made energy. So you may be connecting to an earth sign person, or you may not see that somebody is coming into your life that is very much in that way. Very secure, very much about quality. And also here being so close to the Nine of Cups, this can talk about a very sensual connection with somebody that maybe you're just not experiencing yet, but it's on the way. You may be communicating with that. It may be, I feel like it's going to come to you though, but either way, this is a general reading. So however that works out, it feels like there is some sense of security and satisfaction that you're able to experience with this person, whether they be friend or potential dating partner, lover, however it is. For some of you also where you're not dealing with another person, this can also talk about you coming up in your career. Sometimes you have to, with this Knight of Wands in reverse, sometimes you have to go rogue. Sometimes you have to do things that are unconventional to get what you want, right? And so if you are engaging in situations that aren't the norm, but like you're putting your focus in there, you may come out financially, very prosperous. So trust yourself, trust your intuition, but especially if you're doing something that you need to do on your, or that you're bucking the system, or you're engaging in, you have a lot of attraction and attention to something, it's saying go the distance. Go the distance here. This energy to wind up as the Man of Worlds, the King of Pentacles, it's saying go the distance, because your intuition and your hunch is going to lead to the better things in life. It's going to support you in that. But you have to go the distance. Don't give up. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this is helpful. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Contact me if you want a personal reading. My information is thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.